boys are not usually on social media. That is true. What we know happens is that the big boys use the small boys on social media. Yes, the big boys use the small boys on social media. And what we need to do is to continue to sensitize, particularly those small boys like me and you, who they use, to understand that they are using us. And in some cases, they are using us not for our own benefit, but for their own benefit. So our ability to understand that is very, very important, to help us move forward. I mean, for example, yesterday we understand that there's some, in quote, big boys are there trying to foment trouble as a result of the tribunal judgment. Right? Thankfully, the small boys later on understood that, look, we need peace on the plateau. And today we have peace, thank God. So that's one thing that we need to really understand as far as the social space is concerned. And that's one of the reasons why it is important to train our younger generation on the effective use of social media. It's very, very important. Why is it that our leaders are afraid to engage the public using ICT? I think our leaders are beginning, I think it's the similar question. We have seen our leaders now beginning to coming out to use technology, to use ICT in various ways. I think the reason why they wanted to pass the bill on social media, the bill was not to ban social media. The bill was to ensure effective use of technology. That was what the bill was all about. And sometimes, and I agree, I can see where those people were coming from. The leadership then looked at social media as made more or less a tool that has been attacking leadership unnecessarily. And therefore they wanted to bring a bill towards ensuring that whoever uses social media is using it effectively. Hello? As we speak, I have a case as an individual, as a result of social media, campaign, that people have been begging me not to go to court, but I've been considering going to court. And the reason why I want to go to court is to give an example, is to show people how not to use the technology in a bad manner. So I think those are the reasons why that bill, wanted to actually come on board. It is our responsibility, I think, collective, to teach our people and ourselves how to utilize and how to use social media. If like I was saying earlier on, if you craft a malicious intended campaign against an individual now, and you send it to just one person, that campaign will go across the world. And that's the bad aspect of the utilization of the ICT and technology as a whole. Why are we not leveraging on technology to address insecurity challenges? Yes, indeed. I think the first question that we should ask is, how is insecurity? How has insecurity invaded our country? That is the first question that we must ask. Where has it come from? Who are those people that are actually utilizing it for their own advantage? And you find that when you begin to ask these questions, you'll actually find out that majority of those insurgents and bandits are those who have been sponsored by maybe specific individuals. And maybe these individuals are probably in a position to utilize either technology or whatever to stop it, but they are not willing to stop it because they are using it for their own benefit. Having said that, I think we are beginning to look at issues on how technology is going to be used, or should be used actually, to be able to address some of the insecurity aspects. I think one of the other reasons, partly probably because of the limited knowledge that we have in the country. Maybe the limited knowledge that we have on how technology can be utilized. But researches are already going on at the moment on how that technology can be properly utilized, to be able to address some of the insecurity aspects. And indeed it has been. We have seen that the way we are using technology now to tackle insecurity is far better than the way it was used 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago. So we are still going on. I mean, we are still utilizing it. I can tell you, for example, we had some of our students that were kidnapped some time ago. We reported it to the security agencies. Immediately we reported it to the security agencies. They asked us to give them their phones. I mean, they got their phone numbers. And one of the things that we got, and actually made us to calm down, was that immediately the agencies told us where the students were. They told us where the students were. So the technology can actually tell. And maybe one of the questions that you ask is, why wouldn't the security agencies go and retrieve them? Security agencies' concern most of the time is not to lose a single life. And in most cases, they will evaluate their actions. If they take an action, are they going to lose a life? So that's what, most of the time, what will happen. Because most of the time one will say, okay, why don't you go? If they go, and the bandits decide to shoot, those people are run away. Even if the bandits have been killed, it means that we have lost, because we've lost lives. So I think those are things that sometimes it's the knowledge. That's why we talk about the knowledge. It is those people that are in it that really understands the way and manner that they actually, supposed to take advantage of those technologies. I think in terms of the digital content, it is only some of us that doesn't understand how we can make advantage and take advantage of the digital content that we create. This one will be a different lecture altogether on how you make your content, your wealth. Nigerians are benefiting from that. A lot of Nigerian youths are actually benefiting from the digital economy. Prof, you talk about bridging the gap between the old and the new